Good evening. This is Health, Wealth, and Wisdom in Black Spaces. That's Health, Wealth, and Wisdom in Black Spaces. I'm your host, Tim Alexander. And this evening, I want to talk to you about a book I've had many years, but I just want to talk about one chapter in it. And it's Norman Vincent Peale's book. Is like one of the great inspirational bestsellers of our time, The Power of Positive Thinking. The Power of Positive Thinking. As I say, this podcast is all about positivity, health, wealth, and wisdom. I'm just giving you bits of wisdom I've learned a long way in my 50 years of life. And one of the books I've read over a couple of times is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Um, like you say, I read a lot of books, but I read a lot of self-help books too. And this is one of them that kind of really spoke to me at a very young age. I think I was in my 20s when I first read this book. So the chapter I want to talk about is how to have constant energy. How to have constant energy. So how do you have constant energy? And it talks about this. A major league baseball pitcher once pitched a game when the temperature was over 100 degrees. He lost several pounds as a result of the afternoon's exertion. At one stage of the game, his energy sagged. His method for restoring his ebbing strength was unique. Unique. This is what he did. He simply repeated a passage from the Old Testament. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40 and 31. Frank Hiller, the pitcher who had this experience, told me that reciting this verse on the pitcher's mound actually gave him a renewal of strength so that he was able to complete the game with energy to spare. He explained that the technique by saying, I passed a powerful energy producing thought through my mind. How we think we feel has a definite effect on how we actually feel physically. If your mind tells you that you are tired, the body mechanism, the nerves, and the muscles accept the fact. If your mind is intensely interested, you can keep on at an activity indefinitely. Religion functions through our thoughts. In fact, it is a system of thought discipline. By supplying attitudes of faith to the mind, it can increase energy. It helps you to accomplish prodigious activity by suggesting that you have ample support and resources of power. I said the most powerful muscle is your mind. A friend in Connecticut, an energetic man full of vitality and vigor, says that he goes to church regularly to get his batteries recharged. His concept is sound. God is the source of all energy, energy in the universe, atomic energy, electrical energy, and spiritual energy. Indeed, every form of energy derives from the Creator. The Bible emphasizes this point when it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increases strength. Isaiah 40 and 29. In another statement of the Bible's In another statement, the Bible describes the energizing and re-energizing process. In Him we live, that is, have vitality and move, have dynamic energy, and have our being attain completeness. Completeness. Acts 17 and 28. Contact with God established within us a flow of the same type of energy that recreates the world and that renews springtime every year. When in spiritual contact with God through our thought process, the divine energy flows through the personality, automatically renewing the original creative act. When, con- when contact with the divine energy is broken, The personality gradually becomes depleted in body, mind, and spirit. An electric clock connected with the outlet does not run down and will continue indefinitely to keep accurate time. Unplug it and the clock stops. It has lost contact with the power flowing through the universe. In general, this process is operative in the human experience through, though in a less mechanical manner. So you're plugging yourself in. And I'm going to finish with this. A number of years ago, I attended a lecture at which a speaker asserted before a large audience that he had not been tired in 30 years. He explained that 30 years before he had passed through a spiritual experience in which, by self surrender, he had made contact with divine power. From then on, he possessed sufficient energy for all of his activities, and these were prodigious. He so obviously illustrated his teaching that everyone in that vast audience was profoundly impressed. And it goes on and on. So the body is designed to produce all needed energy over an amazingly long period of time. If the individual takes a reasonable care of his body from the standpoint of proper diet, exercise, sleep, no physical abuse, the body will produce and maintain astonishing energy and sustain itself in good health. If he gives similar attention to a well-balanced emotional life, energy will be conserved. But if he allows energy leaks caused by hereditary or self-imposed emotional reaction of a debilitating nature, he will be lacking in vital force. The natural state of the individual when body, mind, and spirit work harmoniously is that of a continuous replacement of necessary energy. So, The Power of Positive Thinking, great book to just kind of just grab every now and then, and just read a chapter out of it. It's a good reminder about the power of positive thinking. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. The power of positive thinking, and how to use it to better yourself. It got some chapters in here that's talking about. Oh wow! I got this book from a used thrift store, and it actually is signed by Norman Vincent Peale. I just not noticed that. That's another thing. You can get some really good books from like Salvation Army, thrift stores, estate sales. But yeah, this is signed by Norman Vincent Peale. Earl and Betty Andrews, September 5th, 1971. Right there. So got me a little treasure here. But yeah, first chapter is talking about believe in yourself. Um, Believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your powers, you cannot be successful or happy. But with sound self-confidence, you can succeed. A sense of inferiority interferes with the attainment of your hopes, but self-confidence leads to self-realization. You know, um, it just talks about different things, kind of like evergreen stuff you probably already know, but it gives you a good summary of what you need to do. Like chapter 2 talks about a peaceful mind generates power. Um, the essence of the secret lies in change of mental attitude. One must learn to live on a different thought basis, and even though thought changes requires effort, it is much easier than to continue living as you are. The life of strain is difficult. The life of inner peace, being harmonious with and without stress, is easiest type of existence. It's talking about the chief struggle then in gaining mental peace is the effort of revamping your thinking to the relaxed attitude of acceptance of God's gift of peace. You know. So this is a strengthen your mind and heart and soul type of book. Takes a lot of passages from the Bible, with what he talks about. One of the chapters I really love: expect the best and get it. Uh, expect like half glass half full or half empty. You want to be a glass half full type of person, uh, meaning you're growing, you got a positive mental attitude. One of the great quotes I always live by is Colin Powell's, um, positivity is a force multiplier. He was the first black chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Colin Powell passed away a few years ago. But you know, positivity is a force multiplier. Live it, breathe it, expect the best, um, shoot for the stars, and whatever you do, you shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon. If you miss the moon, you'll still land among the stars. So keep a positive, the power of positive thinking. Go get it from the library, read it, take a few chapters a day, and do your thing. So that's all I got for you today. Have a positive mental attitude. Thank you.